Zach Gilford has established himself as a talented actor with a range of roles in both drama and thriller genres, and he continues to work in the entertainment industry. He is arguably best known for his role as Matt Saracen in the hit show Friday Night Lights. You might also know him for his role as Danny Warren in The Family, or as Ben Walker in LA's Finest. He was also in a handful of episodes of Good Girls and as Jason Hyde in The Midnight Club. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Zach Gilford. He turned to acting after he broke his leg playing football in high school. Zachary Michael Gilford was born on January 14, 1982, in Evanston, Illinois. He used to play football during his high school days, but unfortunately, he broke his leg while playing a football match one day and he decided to turn to acting. He earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Northwestern University. He made his TV debut in a 2005 episode of NBC's Law and Order Special Victims Unit, and then went on to appear in a number of TV shows. He started gaining fame when he starred in Friday Night Lights as Dillon High School quarterback Matt Saracen. He forgot Taylor Swift's name when he starred in her music video. Zach Gilford wasn't much of a Swiftie when he was cast in a Taylor Swift music video. During an appearance on the Lady Gang podcast, he revealed that he couldn't remember Taylor Swift's name while working on her Hours video back in 2011. He said, "They were doing all this behind-the-scenes footage on that music video, and they're interviewing me, and I'm really bad with names, and I wasn't sure if her name was Taylor or Tyler. I'd go, Miss Swift, she's so great, she's so sweet, she's so great to work with." And I was terrified. I would have been the first person ever cancelled if I said her name wrong. Despite this, he genuinely appreciated working with Swift and even received a heartfelt handwritten note from her with recommendations for things to do in Nashville. Swift, on the other hand, had selected Gilford for the video because she admired his acting skills and believed he could bring the right emotion to the role. He met his wife on the set of a television pilot. Gilford met Keely Sanchez in 2010 while filming the pilot of The Matadors. The two were actually in relationships with other people when they first met, but they had an undeniable connection. Despite the show not being picked up, they forged a bond that long outlasted the show. The couple got engaged in November 2011 and married in Napa Valley in December 2012. In 2014, they appeared together in The Purge: Anarchy as on-screen spouses with a strained relationship. In 2015, they suffered a late-term pregnancy loss. Later, they welcomed a daughter, Zeppelin Adele Gilford, via surrogate in November 2017. He had no idea his wife would be offered the role of his on-screen spouse on Criminal Minds: Evolution. In the reboot of Criminal Minds called Criminal Minds: Evolution, Gilford played a character named Elias Voigt, who works in cybersecurity and has a dark side. What's interesting is that his real-life wife, Keely Sanchez, was cast to play his character's wife in the show. He found out about this surprising casting just before he was leaving for work. He told E! News, "I was actually on my way to work. I was literally kissing my wife goodbye and she looked at her phone and went, 'Oh, I just got an offer to play your wife on Criminal Minds.'" The show's producers initially didn't mention it to Gilford because they were unsure about the character's development. But once he signed on, they approached Sanchez to join the cast as well. Her character was further developed, making her role more significant in the series. He auditioned for the role of Dr. Spencer Reed on Criminal Minds. Gilford nearly had a different role in the show. He told Entertainment Weekly that he auditioned for the role of Dr. Spencer Reed in the original Criminal Minds pilot. While he didn't land the part, he still enjoyed the show and felt bittersweet about it because it was one of his first auditions, and he was sure he would get the job. Nevertheless, he's happy to be part of the show now. Although it's impossible to imagine anyone else as Dr. Spencer Reed, Gilford's take on the character could have been intriguing. He has led wilderness and adventure trips. Besides being a good actor, he has also been a good guide for tourists as he has led backpacking, ice climbing, and diving expeditions in Alaska, New Zealand, and Australia. He told reporter Harold, "I enjoy traveling abroad and camping while there. It's a good way to see the world, and I think you gain a bigger appreciation for things you see when you are kind of roughing it." He was almost attacked by a bear multiple times. He's encountered bears on several occasions. In an interview with USA Today High School Sports, he said, "I've survived multiple bear charges by standing my ground. Seriously, in Alaska and in Yosemite when I lead my groups in the woods. The thing is, when they're charging you, you're actually supposed to stand still, because if you run, they feel like they're actually supposed to be chasing you." A lot of times it's a bluff charge, and if you stand still, you're fine. If it's not a bluff charge, they're gonna maul you. If you run, they're gonna catch you and maul you anyway. Stand your ground, it's your only chance. He hosts a podcast. Years after Friday Night Lights ended, Gilford and co-star Scott Porter launched a podcast. It's Not Only Football, Friday Night Lights and Beyond, where they looked back at the series and interviewed some of the former cast members. They teamed up with Mae Whitman, a longtime fan of the show and someone who had worked with the show's creator, Jason Katims, on NBC's Parenthood. He never wore a flip-flop until he was 24. Flip-flops are footwear that has been around for centuries. They are simple, comfortable, and easy to wear, making them a favorite of people from all walks of life. However, Gilford never wore them until he was 24. He told Just Jared Jr., "I never wore flip-flops till I was 24, and it took me a year to figure out how to walk around without them flying off my feet every other step." He had a hard time listening to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Gilford had a hard time listening to Thriller, Michael Jackson's classic song about things that go bump in the night, when he was a child. And he said it had nothing to do with the menacing werewolf or dancing zombies featured in the music video. He told Chicago Tribune, "I would listen to music before I went to sleep on my yellow Sony Walkman when I was 7, and put on the Michael Jackson tape." When the guy came on at the end of Thriller talking about "Darkness falls across the land, the midnight hour is close at hand," I was like, what is that? I thought the devil was coming through my headphones. I couldn't listen to Thriller forever. Honestly, it was the thing that scared me the most as a kid.